Hello Libra, and welcome to your October reading. Happy birthday to all of you out there that are celebrating your birthday. It's your solar return, and may everything come to you easy and fruitfulness. So, very fitting that the first card, what Spirit wanted to talk to you about for this month, the first card that came out is the Fool. Solar return, there you go, the Fool, a brand new cycle. The card after, I have Death. Maybe a brand new cycle because you're transforming. Maybe you're letting something go. You're letting yourself be transformed here with Death. It is a purification. After that, I have the Five of Swords. So maybe transforming that energy, letting go of that energy. How it's going to show up in your month. I have here Judgment, another major arcana, under the Fool here. So this is really like a rebirth of you. And then starting the wheel again, the Fool. And that rebirth, of course, comes after death. I have here the Ten of Wands, which is the end of a cycle, end of finishing a project, or just letting go of burdens after understanding with judgment that maybe they are not yours, that you're carrying much more on your shoulders, baggage, responsibilities, projects, things that you have to push forward. That kind of exhaustness is over. This is the end of that cycle. Death, Ten of Wands. Under our Five of Swords here, I have the Hangman and the Eight of Wands. That talks about maybe there's a hold up in communication moves and things like that, like everything is stopped. But it's for you to bring your higher intelligence into the situation, into maybe re-looking at emails, the way they were written, what was the intention behind it really, about communications that you've had. After that here, the Judgment and the Fool, I have the Seven of Swords. See, we have the Five of Swords, the Seven of Swords, the Six of Swords. So moving on from that energy. After bringing your higher intelligence and seeing what it is truly, here you're moving on from it and healing relations, people with whom you work, you collaborate, you can build something. This can be friends, co-workers, your partner, anyone with whom we join to build something solid, where we are recognized for what we bring. Here there's a real letting go after seeing the situation in a different manner. We're also healing with it with Temperance. Understanding Temperance's experience of life, it's the alchemy of life. So kind of understanding the pattern that was going on very clearly. We have like many major arcanas here, so that means it's a real turning point. And after that I have the Devil. So all of that here, you're able to come over that energy. When it comes to things that you carry on your shoulders, responsibilities at work maybe, taking responsibilities from other people, or they're just dropped on you, and stopping that, finishing that, healing that, will clarify. Spirit, I call upon the divine, I call upon Spirit. Help me clarify this reading for Libras, for the month of October. Libras, for the month of October. Please help me clarify this reading for Libras. Okay. So, the Fool. Show me the Fool. Oh, all right. 9 of Cups. That's good. So maybe there's a new venture of, or because the 9 of Cups, yes, it's a wish fulfilled, but in a way it's because we are emotionally fulfilled ourselves. He is alone on that card because he doesn't need anybody else to gratify him, for him to feel good, or to, you know, whatever, give him energy. He has his own energy. He has his own self-love and contentment. 9 of Cups. A new cycle where you will be whole and fulfilled emotionally from yourself. And that is the strong place from where after we can share our emotions when we are from a fulfilled place. Death. Show me death. Show me death for Libras in the month of October. Oh, 10 of Cups. 10 being the end of a cycle also. And that is the transformation that's happening. It's, you've hit the ceiling of your happiness the way you were. So in a way it's like if you were spreading yourself thin to try and be appreciated by others or something like that. Accepting things, or just devoting yourself to try and get respect and collaboration and all of that. This is the end of it, because you understand now that it has to come from you and you alone. And this is the transformation of your ceiling of happiness. We go through the 10 of Cups often. It's not the end all of, yeah, that's it, you've hit the ultimate happiness and then it's just downhill from there. No, we go many times through the 10 of Cups. When you were 15, when you were 20, 40, they're all different levels of 10 of Cups because your consciousness rises. Every time your consciousness rises, or your self-love and recognition of who you are rises, expands, then when you will attain your next 10 of Cups, it will be even more rich, even more conscious. So let's see that 5 of Swords. See, you're getting the Judgment. There it is again. The Judgment on the 5 of Swords. The Judgment are on maybe where did you give up your power, or where did you try to gain that self-appreciation. This is the end of that energy. 5 of Swords, it's mental strategy. And it's an energy, every energy is happening inside, outside, same energy, just a different place. So 5 of Swords, it is winning, it is trying to gain something but with no satisfaction. So in a sense, like if we're talking about emotions here, trying to be happy, to feel emotionally content, the fact you're having Judgment on the 5 of Swords, maybe before, I don't know, maybe you would have sacrificed yourself to be loved. Or maybe you would think, okay, if I do this, if I act this way, I will be more appreciated. Separating yourself from yourself. So even if you get rewards, you don't feel satisfied because, you know, you had to change who you were. It's all in those different little areas. So you're getting the judgment on that, and that's why here we have judgment. So show me the judgment for Libras. Temperance, healing, the temperance we have here. And if this is done to you, it's the judgment of seeing it clearly, how the actions of others are removing your power. They're just winning for winning. That's manipulation also sometimes. It's the ego that wants to win, but nobody's happy. Anyway, there's a judgment coming on this. And that judgment will give you the capacity to heal, because you will understand that that was part of the alchemy of life for you to realize that, and therefore gain in wisdom, gain in consciousness, and that's where the healing comes. 10 of Wands. So 10 of Swords and 10 of Wands. Here I have the 2 of Swords. This is going to be an inner decision, the 2 of Swords. Do I truly let that go, or do I continue in my old way, where I had to work so hard to get recognition? Or do I just recognize myself? And therefore, it becomes obvious for others. Once you actually recognize your value, your divine spark, your worth on this planet, how lucky others are to be around you. Once you truly recognize that for yourself, like not the value out of what you've accomplished, or then you need another degree to feel even more value, or you need another 10,000 in your bank account to feel more value. No, not from your accomplishments or whatever, or what you have, from who you are. Then it becomes obvious for others. And so here you will be in that situation at one point in October, where you will decide, inner decision, to transform and let die a way of being, seeing, understanding life, and therefore dropping burdens that maybe you were carrying for others. So all of your actions, the moves, these are the arrows of love, but here they are again. These are actions, one after the other. How we build up, they're like stairs going up to heaven. You're going to see that all differently, bringing your higher intelligence into the situation. If we're talking about work, that's like realizing how they gave you, all of the shitty jobs, or so much responsibilities, but your pay is not equal. They're not seeing what you're doing, and you're doing it anyway. It's all part of that. It can be in a relationship also. It doesn't mean you're quitting the relationship, but just by acknowledging yourself, the dynamic of the relationship changes also. Hangman. Show me the Hangman for Libras. Everything is a dynamic. Everything is energy. See? Yeah. You're going to see the devil. And the devil is right under it also. Look at what is holding you back from that energy of the Five of Swords, where you lose your power. Falling into the illusion of the devil here. See? The illusion of the devil, that it was telling you that, you needed to do that to get recognition, to get love from others, or whatever. You're seeing it clearly. You're bringing your higher intelligence into that situation. This is judgment, 2 judgments. This is like an epiphany, where you realize the whole picture all of a sudden. My God, now I see you and I see your face, and I see how I've fallen into this. So no more. No more. You're healing. Here, 7 of Swords, 6 of Swords. So going from having our energy stolen from us, things stolen from us, to going to calmer waters, because we get the understanding, because we get the wisdom of it. And there we have the Three of Pentacle, and it has all to do with our interactions with others, our capacity to build something, to collaborate, and to attract people that actually want to build something with us, not just drop all their burdens on our shoulders. And here I have the Chariot and the Ace of Wands. Chariot, movement. Here, brand new passion. 6 of Swords and the Chariot. For some of you, you will actually move somewhere else. That is possible. Seeing a situation where it is really, and deciding to drop all of that and actually move. For others of you, we're talking about moving mentally to a calmer place, because you're aligning yourself, because you see now what was happening in the dark without your knowledge, and now you can align it with your light, and that actually brings an Ace of Wands, a new beginning. You drop the old and something new comes in. Here, leaving old emotions behind, so that you can get an Ace of Cups. Leaving a situation, you're really leaving a situation behind. For some of you, it's going to be work. For others of you, it's just going to see your dynamic in your family, in your friends, in what you've invested yourself in. Show me Temperance. Show me Temperance. For Libras. Temperance. Yeah, it might come as a shock also, because judgment can be, it's a trumpet, and ringing in your ear there, bringing you back to life, like an awakening. And that awakening here, Temperance, I have the Tower. So this realization of, oh my God, this was happening, might come to you as a shock. The divine is going to crumble that 7 of Swords, 5 of Swords there. It's going to crumble it, because you're going to see it clearly. It's going to bring back justice. And here I have the Queen of Pentacles. So we're really talking about your value, your capacity to build, to receive your worth in what you do, what you create, the energy you put out there. There's this rebalancing, and that's why the Devil here is pretty much done in this case. Show me the Devil. Oh, yeah. Well, there you are. Queen of Swords. So, here, see how it affected your value, but it was part of your growth. You had to see this clearly, this shock treatment, to actually readjust your value, your worth. And after that, all of this experience, you're going to transform into wisdom. here. And you're gonna cut out what she mastered all the swords, the 5 of swords, the 7 of swords. Now she sees it from a mile away, and that's why she can cut it out. Cut out what was holding you down from being your best, highest self at capacity to be. And that is what she's doing. Bottom of the deck, we had the Page of Sword. So this is like that new information, new understanding that you're going to have about that. And for many of you, maybe it's going to come as an enlightenment all of a sudden in the way you were interacting with people, what you've accepted, what you've closed your eyes in order to receive love. Maybe sometimes we accept a lot. Then you're going to see, oh my God, all of that was not solid. My value was not seen. And you're going to now look at this with a great wisdom, transform that, and start with this brand new cycle on your birthday there, where you will be emotionally fulfilled by yourself. Doesn't mean that you have to be single for that. You need to be like this when you're in couple, because the 9 comes before the 10. Before we can start sharing our emotions, we have to be fulfilled ourselves. So here you're starting a brand new cycle on your self-love, self-worth, and it is a karmic ending. If some of you, this was work where you saw that, you find out that you got completely screwed on a contract or something like that, justice is coming, and your decision to cut out what was actually sucking you dry. So whether you go to court with it, or it's karmic justice, or whatever, justice is there to bring back the balance. But it is in the center here a question of, once you get that information, you have to make that decision. And you're going to inspire yourself from bringing your higher intelligence into that situation and seeing clearly the face of the devil, of how he was giving you these illusions. And then we have success movement with a new project. So, Libras, a big transformation. I'm just going to call it like this because it's a bit too complex to pinpoint it. Big transformation for your birthday. On this, I'm going to wish you a wonderful month of October. Thank you for all of you that gave donations to help me and the channel and my renovations. I'm going to do the same thing, a special ceremony to give back to you on the 15th and the 30th of the month. And so on those days, stay open to receive. And also, it's the 1-year anniversary. I started last year in October. So if you subscribe, and thank you for subscribing, sharing, and commenting. I read all the comments. I'm going to pull a free reading for a subscriber in the month of October. So I'm going to announce it in the month of November. So on this, namaste, love and light. And I'll see you next month. Don't forget to subscribe for the contest.